this video I want to post on YouTube also. Let me make sure now this is a decent size. This is a decent size. I want to make sure I was decently sized on here. And we're going to get into this because this is very serious. And I think that if we as men don't start talking about this and more openly, it's going to become dangerous. So give me just a moment. I need to find the name of this person again that I'm trying to search up. Okay, here we go. Christopher Schultz. Where's the video I watched? Where's the video I watched? Where's the video I watched? Where's the video? Okay.
My name is Ty. My proudest financial accomplishment is retiring by the time I got to 40. When the layoff did.
Just to let you know.
Okay. Here we go. Now, as y'all can see from the title, this video is going to be about why I think at this point Gooning is killing men. Okay. Whether it's actually physically, mentally, or spiritually. Okay. Gooning is truly taking over, and it's truly becoming a very awful thing that's happening to a ton of our young men, to our grown men, to men who are too damn old, to kids. Kids are, I wouldn't be surprised really at this rate that because of all of these influences and whatnot, kids are gooning at 11, 10, younger, who knows? Or at least getting exposed to OnlyFans content, pornography, all of these things. And I am just really afraid of all the things that is gonna keep coming from this, because these extreme examples are going to be looked at just negatively and through the lens of people being very judgmental, even though plenty of people, massive amounts of men, have issues with lust, whether it's watching porn or self-pleasure. Okay, so let's get into this story about Christopher Stokes.
I don't want to feel like we're intruding, but we're gonna have to stand by with you for a while. All right.
Is there a reason why?
I want to.
So
Actually, I'm not gonna have this take too long. I want to speed run it. This is a bad picture, bro. But whatever. This is Christopher Stokes. Okay. Christopher Stokes is a man who left his daughter in a car. Sorry, I keep looking over here because my camera usually is, but it's right here right now. Sorry. Christopher Stokes is a guy who left his daughter in a car for 4 hours on a hot Arizona day. The AC in the car turned off after 30 minutes. So 3 hours and 30 minutes of a girl being left in a car in the hot, scorching Arizona sun. Okay, left in the car. In this car, it reached temperatures of 150 degrees. That's what the police report came down to. Now, I already watched this whole story and seen everything. Okay, so what happens is they pull up. He eventually goes to this thing where they talk about it, blase blase, and okay, I picked the wrong clip. Damn it.
any death, we have to
Sorry about that. I picked the wrong clip. Damn it. Which one is it? Damn, man. EUW body cam. Okay, sorry.
This is the most advanced fleece ever invented. That's because
911.
Okay. Now, these people pull up on them. You know, they're trying to figure out the story. It's all just sadness and commotion at first, and then eventually they have to move on to the next point of just taping up everything, And in this story, multiple people go on to explain how they have seen multiple times that this man has let his kids just wander out and about. Okay, just wander out and about. Now these are the parts that are important that I want to show in this video. He would let his daughters just wander in the neighborhood. Times that the people in his community said that they had to make their own search parties to go find his kids. And I will say that they are not responsible for the death of this girl, but situations like this show why, as people, this whole mind your business thing that's like really pushed through media, like just minding our business, we don't need to be in other people's business, like, is that really my place? It's always your place to be a soldier of God and do the right thing that you feel like is in line with good energy. And if there's a man, if there are parents who constantly let their kids like just wander around and you have to go retrieve these kids to get them back home, there's nothing wrong with calling CPS on people like that. That's not normal. Search parties aren't supposed to be a regular thing for people's kids.
Scene investigators performed a test to replicate this event on Chris's car, and while the exact time...
Okay, and right here, they had a test to show that the car did shut off every 20 minutes, okay? But then...
Morning of July 9th, the day of the incident, Chris allegedly pulled into a gas station at around 12:06 p.m. on his way to the doctor's office. He's seen entering by himself, and after buying 3 cans of beer, enters the bathroom. Only 1 can remained as he exited without paying around 12:10 p.m. Chris's vehicle is next seen arriving at the doctor's office at 12:12 p.m., hours before he originally claimed. His vehicle is then seen making a third stop at a Bosch's grocery store at 12:30 p.m. Cameras captured someone matching Chris's description entering the store at 12:40 p.m., once again alone. He's then seen returning to the vehicle at 12:47 p.m. At 12:47, neighborhood cameras captured Chris entering the neighborhood. The vehicle was captured pulling into the driveway at 12:53 p.m., where Parker was left asleep until 4:16 p.m.
Now y'all see, the daughter was left unattended for 4 hours in 150-degree weather because she was in a car trapped, okay?
When the 911 call was placed, Parker Schultes remained in the driveway for more than 3 hours. The possibility that Parker was left unattended.
Okay, and here.
Begin to question.
Now, the reason why, obviously, this is insane. He left the girl in there for more than 3 hours, and, you know, unfortunately for this little girl, the way she passed, she was in that car, probably screaming, looking for help. And that is egregious. It's terrible. This dude's not right at all. But I'm not here to judge him. I'm here to bring light to something I think that is important, because if I don't make a video like this and if more people don't start doing this, men, we are going to lose ourselves as a collective, as a generalization. Yes, men, we are going to lose ourselves. We've been losing ourselves. We've been allowing our spiritual energy to just be absolutely attacked. Now,
while Chris was nowhere to be found. As well, a second neighbor came forward to...
Hang on, this is what I'm talking about. And now here.
Detectives are coming for me. I'm going...
This is important
to the
too.
hospital.
Now, if you see right here, it says... Sorry. If you see right over here, the E, the message that says E1 mean 1635. I told you to stop leaving them in the car. How many times have I told you? And he says, babe, I'm sorry. This mom is crazy. Being a mother, knowing that your man just leaves the kids in the car is insane. This is an insane route to take. This was just an insane route for him to take because of why? You want some space from your kids, so you just leave them in a car? You can't just bring them inside. Even even if people want to say it was sick, bruh, at least bring them inside and lock them in their room and just, do all the other things they need. At least you could say you got them in the proper conditions. Now, let's get to
that Chris admits to
a
speeding
big piece of this that I want to get into.
around 2 p.m.
All right. Then what they do with Christopher Schultz, the man who left his daughter in a 150-degree car on a hot Arizona day, during that time, as we see, as it gets closer to the times that he left his daughter alone, he was searching thick wife. And as you see, these video parts are blurred out, and it's probably, let's just be honest, Pornhub, X videos, whatever. And he's looking up wife videos. This is a man who's married. What are these wife fantasies you have while having a wife? And this is getting straight into, this is why Gooning is killing us. This man allowed his lust to be so powerful that he was distracted away from his daughter for 3 hours. Over 3 hours, he was distracted from the thought of his daughter's well-being for 3 hours. Due to pure gooning, he went, stole alcohol, drank them, went and got small groceries from the store, probably like wanted to munch on that, under the influence, gooned out, and fell asleep. This is my theory. And because of that, a little girl paid for that. And now, I truly don't believe that he did this in his head to neglect the child on purpose. There are parents who neglect, hurt, and abuse children on purpose. And then there's negligence. Negligence is when you're not doing it necessarily on purpose, but it doesn't mean that you're not wrong. You were being neglectful. Negligence causes people to get hurt, causes manslaughters and things like that. They eventually choose to charge this man, rightfully so, and give him harsh punishment. He's charged with second-degree murder, okay? All of this happens about a year ago, and I believe, and more recently, he decided to take his life, okay? Yes, cowardly, because now you've taken yourself away from your other 2 daughters. He has 3 daughters in total. So you've taken 2 of your girls now, lost their sister because of you, and now they've lost their father because of you. And that's absolutely, it's devastating. It's unfortunate. I don't want to use words to be very judgmental of him, because like I said, I think this is a much bigger problem that we need to get to the root of to prevent this. Because it's going to get horrible. It's only going to get worse. We had the case with the dude who pulled up to the coffee stand with his shit out and got caught up, got exposed, and he killed himself. And he was married and had a whole life ahead of him. And I truly think that in these situations, these are men who are getting so caught up in the lust, they've lost their mind to lust. Lust is so powerful that when it truly encapsulates and it takes over your brain, when you're to the point that you're so indulged in the use of women, not loving women, not who women are as spiritual beings, when you're just of their body, of just their coochie, when you're of such that mind, it's literally all you think about when you see women. So every time you see women, it becomes a trigger to just want to goon, to be lust. If that's all you see, every time you see a woman, you just literally think about, damn, what she look like without clothes. I saw this one porn star. She probably looked like that underneath, huh? Oh, I see a little bit of booty. She a little skinny. She probably look like. These are thoughts that I've even had, and I realized I had to deprogram that. You're not looking at women as humans. They are just humans. Yes, they have a coochie. So fucking what? But this is a mindset that people don't adopt or be able to see no more once they are just truly lusted out, and it'll lead to situations like this. I don't think this is gonna be a one-off. I think it's truly gonna get worse unless men we stop with the bullshit and stop trying to without talking about this and really understanding that we got to stop. We got to stop. It's not a thing to be doing. It's not a thing that's good for us. It does literally nothing good for you. There's nothing good about beating your shit. There's nothing good about releasing. The power of your semen literally controls so much. It helps keep your hair thick and strong. So many of y'all are balding and stressing out because all you do is you bust your energy off and let it out. You can't get your gains. You're always feeling weak. Your libido off. You can't get hard with your woman. You just, these are things that are gonna happen due to overly gooning. And the issue is now it's just becoming too much the butt end of a joke. It's too much where people just want to laugh and literally make jokes about this shit. People just want to keep just like if you go on TikTok, gooning is just some funny ass thing that folks want to keep talking about, and people don't realize the harm they're really doing to their brain, to their soul, to their spirit. And I think it's truly unfortunate. I really do. I think this man right here, he did a terrible thing. He made hella bad decisions. Excuse me. Oh man, damn! Every time I start streaming, I get like crazy hiccups. I hate it. Sorry, but he made a mistake. Terrible mistakes. Some would say unforgivable mistakes. That's not for me to decide. But this story sparked something in me to where I'm just like, I'm noticing this is getting worse. There's more stories like of dudes even like gooning out in public, just literally losing their mind. Men are truly just becoming gooned out. We're having situations where um, there was some dude in another country who had to get locked up because he decided to drive on a truck in the back of a long bed truck, had him and another girl like tied to it, and he's banging her on the freeway as they're going down the road, down the freeway. That ain't gooning, but you gotta goon to get to the thought of thinking ever that's acceptable. Like, don't get it twisted. I ain't even gonna say I ain't never been out in like a public setting and wanted to get the freak on, but I ain't never thought like driving down the road being visible. Like there's certain situations where you know that if you're going to try to do this with a woman out in broad in a public setting, you know you're going to be seen. And if you know that, to continue to go through it, where is your mind at? Where is your want to keep your shit sacred? You don't want your body to be sacred even a little bit? And that's the importance too. Men aren't respecting their temple. They don't respect their body. And they just make excuses. What's wrong with Gooning? Ain't nothing wrong. Everybody gotta get a release off. Da, 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 da. You know, you can transform that energy into something else. And someone who's really like helped me understand this was Kevin Gates, honestly. And I think just anytime I hear Kevin Gates talk about things, I really do appreciate his insight because he's doing something that hella of these niggas don't do. Hella of people these days don't do, and that's why I feel like it. Ultimately, he never will like burn out because he's one of the most vulnerable people on the internet. Not in the sense that he's always telling everything he's going through, but this man has told some of his most deep hardships. You know how hard it is for a man to tell his woman, his wife, the love that his side by side, his partner, that he's ever been like sexually assaulted as a child, and he has willingly done that in interviews to spark change and help people who really want the real. And I think because of things like that, he should be celebrated more for literally those things because everybody tries to clip him up and always make him the butt end of a joke, but there is a ton of great insight from Kevin Gates, especially spiritually. I don't always agree. I don't have to. I was never made to agree with everything another fucking man said. But I think that if we truly don't get a grip on this as men and talk about it more and help each other, we're gonna be we're going to head in a way where it's just going to be like there's just going to be two types of men. There's going to be men who are successful and they just trick the hell off and they're overly sexual with women, and then we're going to have a bunch of dudes who are like dead close to incels, touched coochie only like once or twice, and all they do is get conformed into lust. And that's why niggas are gonna just probably be what's it called? Niggas gonna be out here wanting to have the AI girlfriends and doing this and doing that. Like, people are going to forget that they're human. That's what I'm thinking. I think people are going to forget that they're human if we don't um, work harder to stop this. And that's just the clips I want to get out for today, or whenever y'all see this in the YouTube video, I got to get out. Um, Something just spiritually called me to have to talk about this. Because if we don't, I'm telling you, Gooning is going to start killing us as men. Because it's just like, once you have to live in the real, once you get out of that lustful mind, bro, stop. Once you're in that lustful mind, you're in the lust, okay? Soon as you bust that nut or you get caught up or you have to snap back into the real world and you seen and have to reflect on who you just were with the being you were being, you don't like it. That's why everybody says it's post nut clarity. That's why there's 1,000 memes about gooning and being off and all that. That like once you're done, you look in the mirror and feel shame. Because it's not you. There's nothing about that act that makes you closer to your higher you. You know, the releasing, you know what I'm saying, is terrible. But I don't think that's the main problem. I think the main problem is the porn, okay? The pornography, the OnlyFans, all that is the main problem. You know, if you're a dude that goons and you literally don't look at porn, you're probably way better off. Because you are just releasing. But to do it while looking at something that's not yours. I remember I saw this one tweet actually, and it was like a picture of a fish like swiping at fish and licking the screen on a laptop. On a laptop. There were no actual fish on a laptop. It was a video, and the cat was licking the screen and pawing it. And a nigga retweeted it, and he was like, "That's how you niggas look who watch porn." And it's the real. You know it's a video, but you don't when you're watching it. When you're trying to immerse yourself in that situation that you're not in. That's why the next thing that's really, and it's going to happen so quick if we do not help each other as men. They're going to give niggas these damn VR headsets, and it's going to be over. It's going to be over. Hella niggas already got it. Hella niggas are probably already on it doing it. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm looking at the camera right now. I wish I could look at every man who watches this video and has this problem like dead in the eyes and let you know you can stop. You can be stronger, and you deserve more from yourself. You deserve more from yourself, and you deserve to find true happiness and to become content as a man and to be disciplined and respect yourself. It is a hard journey. I'm not perfect. I've been there. I still make mistakes. I won't even lie. But you got to get out of it. You have to, or you have to at least get your mind in a place where you start telling yourself this is wrong. Not only after you're done, you got the clarity. You're like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. And then you do it the next day. You do it in some hours. You do it whenever you do it again. Excuse me. And I don't want this video to be too long. It's already approaching the 25-minute mark, so I'll just leave it there. And like, I have so much good energy towards men on fighting this battle because it's dark, and I think it's the root of a ton of problems in America. It sounds crazy, but I really do. I really do. I think, you know, it's probably easy for us to be like, no, the number one problem in America is we're not getting enough money or and this and that. Men's heads are in the wrong places because we're too damn lustful. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Or I think that's what James Brown said. And it just shows that literally the world, we can cause the infrastructure, we can do this, we can be bright and bold and strong when we were at our highest levels, when we were like, we're doing all this because we wanna have our wives. We wanna be good men for our wives. We wanna be a man. We must be swift as a coursing river, with all the strength of a great typhoon, with all the force of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. I watched Mulan again recently and I realized like that's the truth. Be a man. We must have all the strength of a raging fire. We must be swift as a coursing river. Allow your body to move and flow and feel proper energy. Stop trying to force things. A raging fire, the fire within, the fire within. Have it within, not outwardly. With all the strength of it, having it within, you have the strength within of a raging fire. Swift as a coursing river, move and flow. Force of a great typhoon, the force to be able to hold that. Have all of that energy, all of that lust, all of that, all of the power that's literally coming from your semen out in. Allow that force and that strength and that swiftness to guide you to being a proper man. And it sounds like I'm being overly having like antics behind this or whatnot or dramatic, but it's the truth. It's the real. Man, good luck to all y'all. Thank you for watching this video. And if you're having a problem, talk to somebody. Just talk to somebody. Talk to me. Cervante on Instagram, TikTok, everything. You know, just shoot me a message. Deadass. I'm not here to judge nobody. I just want men to be better because I'm a man. And I believe in brotherhood and I believe in manhood. I believe in these things. I think the world is trying to tell us like these are bad things. They're like we need to shy away from that. But those were the things that kept us strong and kept us moving in right directions. We lost each other by always wanting to just shit on each other, become the biggest boss and keep everybody else down and get all the hoes and don't let nobody else have no hoes and all these are my little shits and these are my balls and just trying to control everything. I think that's where the biggest problem came to out of the porn, because now men just want to control everything. They want everything. They want everything. People these days, especially men, we want everything. The fuck do we need everything for when everything we need is inside? It's inside. Everything you need is inside. And when you look there, everything out will just fall in line. Again, thank you guys for watching, bro.